show you the Raku. See my sunshine, bitches.
Don't stop rolling.
The name of episode 9 is Sunshine, and the description reads, Ruth realizes her secret has been proven true. Lacy is pushed over the edge when reporters enter the compound, and Daikon's rage has shocking consequences. Well, we are back, family, and where did we leave off? We left off where, yes, they were doing an ultrasound on Ruth, and absolutely, she is pregnant. Everybody is surprised, even River surprised because he didn't think she was pregnant, and he was really trying to get her in trouble. But yes, she is pregnant. There is a heartbeat. And elder mother is like, oh my God, oh, praise the Raku, there's a heartbeat. Oh my goodness. The highest is shocked. Everybody is shocked, including Ruth, because Ruth did not think that she was pregnant. So she is crying. He's asking her why she's crying. She's like, oh, it's just tears of joy and there's so many people around. And he's like, oh, praise the Raku. We're going to have a son. And he tells River to go tell everyone. And she's like, yes, go tell everyone, River. And just shove it in his face because he was trying to get her in trouble. And so he leaves, and now elder mother, she's all nice, kissing her hand. Oh, praise the Raku. We have a baby on the way. Oh, my God. So now River goes back to his trailer, enraged, screaming his head off. He's daggone it, damn it, hitting the countertop with a bat. He is just totally enraged and angry that his plan didn't go through. And then he gets a phone call. Who does he get a phone call from? The FBI. He says, thank you for letting us know where Agent Green is. We found his remains. So that lets us know that, yes, Malcolm is gone. All right. And she's asking, is everything all right? Yeah, everything's fine. And we're going to send in some people, right? So this is where he comes up with the idea to bring in the reporters, right? But he is furious. So FBI outside the campus as usual. Cal says, I can't believe you're sending a reporter in. And we see that Mariah is walking over to Desiree and Cal. And she says, well, not just a reporter. And who do we see? Coolidge is going to be the cameraman. And she's looking at him. Is this a good idea? Well, we're going to find out because, yes, Coolidge is going in undercover. So not only are we celebrating the fact that, yes, we have a son on the way, all praise the Raku, but we're going to have reporters come onto the campus to share the Raku with the nation, right? So this is River's idea, and Obadiah saying we need to show our strength, that we are ready and prepared for anything. And River says we need to show that this is paradise, that it's great to be here on the campus in the Raku for the people. And he laughs, Obadiah laughs, but the highest stops and says, wait, I want to hear what River has to say. So River is saying, listen, we need to show the world that the Raku is love, that this is paradise, that they can come here and we can get more people to come to the Raku. It's a great idea to show the better side and have the people go against the FBI and the government instead of us going against the government. The people will absolutely support us. So Obadiah doesn't think it's a good idea, but River's going in with his speech and his pitch, and he wants to do a parade of the children, but they say no, they don't want to do a parade of the children, but they will allow the reporters to come in. Here comes Anthony. And Anthony rolls over to the highest. And he says, highest, this is a bad idea. You're bringing the government inside. This is not good. And he really is like, listen, what makes you think this is not a good idea? Well, my gut tells me. He's like, well, I don't trust a person gut and somebody who wears a purple robe. At this point, he's like, I heard what you had to say. Now you can stay silent. He is treating Daikon like he is nothing. So They say, listen, you're just going to go in, do the interview and everything else like that. And she's like, that's all I wanted. I wanted an interview. It's all good. Coolidge is a little nervous. He's like, yo, what's my safe word and everything? He's like, nah, it's not a problem. I'm going to go in, get this interview, just record everything and get out. That's it. Record everything, get out. Mariah, she just wants her Pulitzer Prize. That's it. So here we go with Lacy. And Lacy bumps into one of the Raku guys. He looks at her. She's flipping birds at people. She is just acting crazy as usual. And Zane is like, listen, you need to stop. You need to chill. And she's like, nobody listens to the crazy person. Hello, everybody. I'm crazy. Nobody wants to hear anything. Well, we got reporters coming here. And, oh, really? Well, you know what? I'm going to tell my story. And Zane is like, listen, don't do that because then they're going to take you out if you do stuff like that. She's like, I don't care at this point. Lacy just wants to get up out of there. She wants to tell her story. Lacy has been through everything. She's the real G of the Raku. Gave herself up so Paula could get away. She's given herself up so many different times. They have taken total and full advantage of her. And she is going to act crazy and just do whatever she wants to do and hopefully get the word out of what they truly did to her. So now, here we go. Now she's acting even more crazy. She's at the pavilion. She's dancing around while Ruth is standing there. Ruth knows that she's acting crazy, but Ruth doesn't realize that she is truly going crazy with everything that she's gone through, right? So here comes Daikon to talk to Ruth. He's like, this is a bad idea. She's like, I know. I tried to tell him. He's not listening to me. Well, he's not listening to me either. I tried to tell him. This is not a good idea. They need to come up with a plan, but they don't know exactly what to do. Meanwhile, Lacy is just dancing all over the place. She's like, Lacy, are you happy I'm having a son? She's like, son, fun, one. She's just dancing all over the place. She is really looking like she is going insane. I'm feeling sorry for Lacy all over again because while she says she's acting, we don't truly know that she is. I believe that she is truly losing her mind. This is terrible. Meanwhile, outside, we have the protesters, the people that love the Raku, the people that hate the Raku. We are seeing Glitch and his boy out there, but who also do we see? We see Andrew standing next to Glitch, but he doesn't even know who Glitch is. Glitch is Lilo's brother. Now we see that Mariah and Coolidge, they are going into the campus. They're allowing them in. And the highest is, welcome to the Raku. Welcome. Come on in, right? So now it's time to get this interview on. And yes, Coolidge and Mariah are going on the campus. Will they get out? We shall see. So he goes on to explain how Raku is love and how this is paradise and everything's nice here. And we have children. The children are playing. And she's looking around and she's asking some questions. And he's trying to explain that this place is a place of paradise, right? So who rolls over? Yeah, young lady rolls over. Who is that? We all know who that is. And she's like, oh, what is your name, young lady? She's like, my name is Ruby. How do you like it here? And Ruby says, this is paradise. But she says it in such a way that it sounds like a robot, right? So she's like, oh, Mariah's looking at her kind of weird because it definitely sounds like Ruby is a robot. He's been programmed to say this. And it doesn't even sound genuine at all. And that's why Mariah's looking at her. You see Ruth in the background. There's nothing Ruth can do at this point. Just stand by and watch Callie be this Ruby person. Meanwhile, the kids are playing. Obadiah is over there. Zane is over there watching over them as well. And you're just trying to play a role to make the Raku look good, to make it look like it's fun, to make it look like it's paradise. But yes, Mariah is observing everything. She's feeling everything out. And they are rolling the tape. They are recording Highest, and he's explaining how this place is great. There's nothing wrong with this place and that the government needs to back off and that they need to know the truth. And what is the truth? The highest, the lowest. What's really the truth? So he's trying to explain, but all of a sudden he stops and he freezes. What is he looking at? Yes, we see the birth mother. She is amongst the children. What is she doing here? What's going on? And River sees that he froze while she was asking him a question. So he rolls over and says, yes, everything is all good. He's trying to make up for the highest just standing there looking like he's frozen. Meanwhile, we see another image of the birth mother, right? Pearl just standing there with her little cigarette amongst the children. Now, again, he's seeing her, but we don't see anything. And yes, River's coming through, trying to be the Raku representative, trying to make it sound good. The highest is fine and everything is fine here. And then all of a sudden he's about to answer something else. And then he freezes again. And Ruth comes over and says, oh, his allergies are acting up. We need to get inside somewhere. The allergies, right? And he's rubbing his eyes because he can't believe what he's seeing over there where the children are, right? He's seeing the birth mother and he still sees the birth mother. He's like, well, you need to get some B-roll, right? That's what Coolidge says. What's B-roll? Oh, you just need to get parts of the campus and this, that, and the third. And he's like, oh, my bad. Coolidge is trying to act like he knows what he's doing, but he's going to play himself real soon. We'll see. And yes, she's like, oh, well, Sister Ruth, Sacred Mother can take you around and show you the campus, right? Meanwhile, your boy, the highest, he is still frozen looking over there at the birth mother. Now we see Lacy, boy, she is going insane. She sees Coolidge and Mariah walking, right? She's like, oh, I'm going to go and talk to them, right? So as she is about to turn around and go to talk to Mariah, there goes Anthony. What are you doing? Where are you going? She's like, well, I'm going to. He's like, yeah, you're coming with me. And he snatches her up and walks her away, gets her away from Mariah because he knows what she's about to do. So the highest is still standing there, stuck on stupid, frozen, still seeing the birth mother amongst the children while they're doing jumping jacks. And he is just, man, he can't believe what he's seeing. And he goes, Obadiah, we're going to do the parade of the children, right? So at first he didn't want to do it. He calls him over and says, we're going to do that. We need to show this reporter that, yes, the children are happy and that everything is all good. She's like, oh, I just complies with whatever the lowest is saying, right? So here we are. We got Andrew, we got Glitch and the other cartel guy. But again, they don't really know each other. You know, Andrew bumps into one of the guys. He's like, yo, chill, man. And then Glitch is, hey, man, we all here for the Raku. And Andrew's like, yeah, I'm just a loyal supporter. It's all good. And he gives Glitch a pound. He has no idea who Glitch is, that's Lilo's brother. And Glitch is, listen, man, we can't get arrested, man. Don't fight anybody. We trying to get inside. Look, we're going to figure out a way to get inside. Just chill, right? We don't need to be arrested. The FBI is out here. So just relax. We're going to figure out a way to get inside. So they are there, of course, to find out what happened to Lilo and to get whatever money that is left. Meanwhile, Sacred Mother Ruth is showing Coolidge around and he seems real nervous, man. He got a lot of nervous energies. Oh, my name is Leroy, right? Nice to meet you and all of this and that. She's like, oh, you're the Sacred Mother. And he's just chopping it up, talking. He's like, what was that over there? Oh, that's where the tools are. And he says, well, my wife she usually does the yard work. I like baking. Coolidge, you are tripping. He's like, oh, you got a wife? Where's your ring? Oh, well, the ring messes with the camera and all this and that. He's like, well, what's that over there? And we see Anthony walking out of the punishment trailer, right? Same punishment trailer. And he's trying to get footage of Anthony. Anthony's like, hey, you know what? It's none of your business what's going on over here. It's time to go back to your group. He's like, and Ruth is like, that's a good idea. He's like, oh, Anthony? And he's trying to record, and Anthony pushes the camera down. Yeah, it's time for you to go back to your little group there. Get up out of here, right? So Anthony's acting like the daikon that's supposed to be acting, but too bad he's not daikon anymore, man. This would never happen if he was in charge. So what happened to Lacy? Yes, he puts her in the punishment trailer with George and Lewis and scumbag Manny. And she's in there, of course, banging her head. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. Once again, back in the punishment trailer. And this is not a good look for Lacy, man. We already know once she gets in the punishment trailer, she will act up. And that's exactly what she's doing. Manny's trying to shut her up because she's banging her head and making noise. Now, here we are back at the highest's trailer. And she's talking about sunshine. She's getting ready. He's like, I am the sunshine, right? So she's getting everything ready. And they start recording. And they get this interview going. And she starts asking the highest questions as to explaining how he became the highest, goes from Tyrone Luckett to the highest. Well, it's a long story. Talks about how he was incarcerated, talks about how all the great leaders, government is against them. And she's like, really, explain, just trying to get him to open up and talk more and everything else like that. And he does a pretty good job at explaining that he is similar to Malcolm X, right? That's how he sees himself, similar to Malcolm X. In their background is that when Malcolm X was locked up, he kind of compares himself to Malcolm X. But we see the highest break the fourth wall and talk to the people out through the camera, right? And she continues to ask him questions, and it's a very interesting conversation. But he is playing the role, of course, like everything is all good and that the government is against him. She keeps asking, who is against you? And he never says really the government, but he finally does say that. Meanwhile, we got Cal and Desiree, and they put a spyware on that laptop that they gave River. He doesn't even know it, calling him Michael, right? So they are checking in. And here we go, man. Your boy Scumbag Manny is getting frustrated because you still got George in there with one nut, and you got Lewis with no eyes, and Lacy is just making a mess as usual. And it's like, I need to get up out of here. We can't make that much noise. And George is asking why. It's because they're doing a whole report. They got a reporter here talking to the highest. So if we make noise, they're going to find out the truth that we're in this punishment trail. And Manny's like, shut up, be quiet. He's trying to shut her up. But again, she's like, I'm going to do what the F I want to do. You know how Lacy is. She is the G of the Raku. And he kicked her one time. And he's just like, yo, you got to be quiet. And she's like, it's so hot in here. Then she starts to take off her robe, right? Here we go. Taking off the robe. Stop doing that. She's like, aren't you guys hot? And she is taking off her robe. Of course, Manny, he's just an idiot, right? And she's just like, listen, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. But I'm trying to explain to you that I was acting crazy. I'm not really crazy. They got you guarding us in here, but I'm not really crazy. I'm just acting like it. And you supposed to be guarding everybody else. You guarding the man with no nuts and the blind man and me. And George is like, F you, right? So she gets the idea to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, it's getting hot in here. And Manny, right? Just looking at my boobs. And she's like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. You want to take me down? And Manny's looking at her. He just keeps looking at her boobs, looking down at her and the whole nine. She's like, yeah, I don't even care. Take me right now. Right? And of course, dumb Manny, he's going to be like, Manny, he'll jump at anything because he ain't getting none, or he just takes it. And then he looks at George and says, George, close your eyes. He's like, what? Shut up, close your eyes, right? And she's coming on to him, right? He's putting his strap down and the whole nine. She's up to a trick. She's up to doing something. He bends her over. He's about to do something. She turns around, head butts his dumb ass. He falls back and she grabs the strap and says, give me the keys, you dumb mother effer. Like, Manny, he is such a, you are just the worst guard in the world. We all know that. We knew it before, and now we definitely know that, right? She tricked him, got the keys, she's going to get out. So Mariah is with the highest, and she's asking him, what is the message that you want to give to the world, right? What do you want to tell the people? Because they think that you're a lunatic. They think this, they think that. What do you want to tell the people? So he looks in the camera, breaks the fourth wall. He says, listen, I'm just like you. I was lost and I didn't know where to go. And you feel like you're not being heard. Come to the Raku. Here you will be heard. You will be listened to. We will take care of you. Raku is the way. So he's doing a whole commercial. And Mariah's like, well, that's it. You got it. We got everything. You recorded everything. Good stuff. And she signs off. And here comes River kissing ass. Oh, that was great. He's like, give me the towel. Right? So Mariah, hopefully she's going to get the Pulitzer Prize. Maybe not. We'll see. But Ruth comes over. Yes, highest. That was wonderful. That was amazing. That was... All right. He's like, yo, offers to you, Tyrone, and to you, Mariah. And Tyrone's like, listen, I'm going to think about that while I'm home, right? So now your boy Tyrone, man, Coolidge is trying to figure out how to get the light down. Your man is like, do you need help with that? And he's like, oh, no, this is brand new. It's brand new, this little screw thing. And Mariah saves him and says, hey, I've worked with that before. Don't worry about it. I'll help you with that. Man, this guy Coolidge is looking like an idiot. He is not the cameraman. He's not playing it well at all. So now, meanwhile, Lacy gets out of the trailer and she has the strap with her robe on. And she's waiting and she's seeing Mariah and them come out of the trailer. And who rolls up? Anthony rolls up, grabs her, snatches her up, takes her to the back of the trailer, right? And man, this guy, Anthony, is going nuts at this point. He grabs her up, gets her on the ground, and he tries to strangle her. What is this guy doing? He's like, don't you love the Raku? Why can't you accept the love of the Raku? And he is trying to take the wind out of her body. She's trying to push him off. Lacy has been through enough. Man, what is he doing? He is trying to take her right there. And he's trying to send her to the Raku. Anthony is going nuts, man. I'm pissed off at this point at Anthony. This is crazy. Who comes around the corner? Zane comes around the corner with a big old boulder and bashes Anthony over the head. Man, good job, Zane. Oh, my God, right? Gets him off of Lacy. And she's just crying because she was about to see the Raku, man, if he would have kept going. And she's just crying, I can't do this anymore. Anthony's laying there knocked out. Zane was looking from the highest trailer and saw what was going on. And she's trying to give Lacy encouragement because Lacy's like, I'm done with this. I just want to be out of here. And she's like, listen, you got to let your sun shine. You got to be encouraged. You got to keep the faith and keep hope alive. And Zane is really trying to encourage her to move on and keep going. Meanwhile, they walk out of the trailer and the highest is giving River praise. This was a good idea, good job, right? And it's giving him praise and everything. And they're walking out and they're getting more footage and about to walk them out of the gate, right? It's over. The interview's over. It's time to leave. And Coolidge is getting more footage or whatever the case is. And Ruth is just like, good job. You got this win this time, right? And she's like, I didn't know you sucked him outside the trailer. I just thought you sucked him inside the trailer, right? And your boy River laughs. He's like, yeah, you being jealous. It doesn't become you. It's not a good look on you, Ruth, for you to be jealous like this, right? Because it looks like River is winning at this point, right? So they're looking at that laptop. They're looking at something else and they see that something is wrong. It's in trouble, right? So they run over to where the crowd is, right? There's something going on. We're going to find out. Lacy, she gets away. She goes into the kitchen trailer to get something. We don't know what she's about to get, but she's sneaking in there. Nobody's in there, right? Man, what is about to happen? We see Andrew with Glitch and his boy, and they're like, a ringing going on, right? There's a bell going on, right? So he's like, all right, come on. So Andrew sits just down with them and says, listen, that's the gathering bell. We about to break in here and get inside of the Raku campus. Here comes Lacy with this gasoline. Oh, man, what is going on? She's rolling over and she sees Mariah. She sees Coolidge and the highest. She says, you want to see the Raku? You want to see the Raku? And they turn around as they're about to walk out. And he's like, what is going on? Right? She's like, I'm going to show you the real Raku, not this BS that this guy is trying to show you, right? So she has the gasoline. Man, oh man, what are you about to do, Lacy? I'm like on edge. The highest is like, Obadiah. He's calling Obadiah to get Lacy, right? And she starts to pour the gasoline over her head. Man, oh man. Mariah's like, keep rolling, right? And she's pouring this gasoline over her head. I'm like, this is not happening. Is this really happening? Man, she pours this stuff over her head. What is Lacy about to do? Man, Zane is in the background like, no, what are you doing, right? Meanwhile, outside, your boy Cal sees Andrew and he's like, oh, I see Andrew. He got away. Let me go get him. So he tries to get Andrew, right? You see him in the crowd trying to get to Andrew. Andrew gets away while Cal is being back by the crowd. And no, what happens? We are back and they are holding their faces like, oh my God, no, Lacy lit herself on fire, family. Oh my God. They're just standing there. There's nothing they could do. They don't have a fire hose. Put it out. What is going on? Ruth is holding her face. Coolidge is recording all of this. This is crazy. This is insane. She is screaming and yelling, and she's burning herself. Man, it is insane to watch. This is crazy. The OG of the Raku is now burned to a soot. They are surprised. This is insane how she went out, man. Oh my God. So they are watching her burn still. Nobody's putting it out. And the highest calls Peter over and says in his weird, crazy way, hey, look, take the guests to the kitchen. I'm sure after all of this, they are famished. They want something to eat. She is still burning. Nobody is putting her out. Goodbye, Lacy. This is crazy. Coolidge is like, no, I'll eat at home instead. Like, Peter grabs his strap, like, go, go, go. Here comes Anthony. And I don't know why he thought this was a good idea to roll over to the highest and to shove it in his face and say, I told you this was a bad idea. I told you. He says, I love you, highest, and moves River out the way. He says, you know what? You got the three-headed snake. You got River, you got Obadiah, and you got Ruth hissing in your ear. I've been loyal to you. I've never wavered from you, and all of this and that. And they're just looking at him like, oh, yeah, evil mother freaky, you trying to get us in trouble? He's like, listen, I got stuff on all three of these people, highest. I'm telling you, they are speaking evil. They're trying to take you out right now. And he is just bugging out right now. Why would you do that? So the highest is like, listen, you need to be silent right now before your fortune runs out. So he shuts up and he walks away, right? Reluctantly, he walks away. So River goes over, is like, I can't believe that he would talk evil about us. You know, Ruth is like, I can't believe he talked to you like this. And Obadiah's like, you need to take care of him and all of this and that. And he's like, the highest is like, yet you guys, all three of you are hissing in my ear like snakes. And Obadiah says, well, what do we need to do to punish him? And the highest says, whatever needs to be done by the Raku. Pretty much saying you do whatever it takes to shut him up. Meanwhile, the children are jumping and around, and we see Zane laying on the ground, so sad, so destroyed at this point. Her best friend is gone. And then at night, we hear screaming, and the people are screaming. Why are they screaming and looking down? What the heck is on the ground? Oh my God, it looks like a severed head. These guys are screaming, yelling at the top of their lungs. What is this? This is Anthony's head chopped off, most likely by Obadiah, and left right there for everybody to see. They are screaming, ah! Man, Anthony is now gone. So first Lacy, now Anthony is done. And then they show the highest at the end, looking like he's about to crack up, like face is twitching. Man, what a crazy ending to the episode. Family, let me know. Drop your comments below. What do you think about this right here? And yeah, we got 2 more episodes to do, so look out for the recap for the next 2 episodes. Family, this was a crazy one. Drop your comments below. It's your man, VACAY-J. I'll see you in the next video. Salute.